What is good, people? What is good? This is your boy Bun the Great coming to you with another podcast segment of Pause to Recharge. In today's segment, level up your mood with side quest breaks. Feeling overwhelmed by your main task, take 15 minutes. 15-minute side quest break. Just like in open world games, whether it's organizing your desk, grabbing a snack, or sending a quick message to a friend, these mini missions give you and your brain a sense of progress and control. Just like in Ghost of Tsushima or Final Fantasy VII, side quests aren't distractions. They are just part of your journey. So, moving on. I bet y'all wonder why am I standing up. You got to be energetic, man. You have to be energetic within your day. I'm 39 years old, about to be 40. We need to get off of our butts and move around, get that good blood flow. But anyway, let's get into the podcast. All right. So, first thing that I want to get into, right? I made a little chart. That I feel like 10 particular wellness tips inspired by gaming habits or whatnot. You know what I mean? So, this is just pretty much here to help anyone that wants to, that gaming is life. For adults, for kids, teenagers, older people, students, for everyone. I feel like in my first tip, take a rhythm reset. Play a 10-minute game where you got to get your rhythm on, you know what I'm saying? So by that way, you can boost focus and moods through movement and your music. You know what I mean? Because, everybody already know if you got good tunes behind it and you got some good interactions with it, you know what I'm saying? It kind of boosts your focus. You know what I mean? Because it's a lot of people that they have to have something playing in the background for them to either study or they got some task that's going to help, motivate them, get that heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? That's what you want. That's what you want right there. So number 2, use save points wisely. Pause at checkpoints, like in Elden Ring or Final Fantasy. You definitely need to pause in Elden Ring because if you find a site of grace to where, you feel like you're overwhelmed, you just fought the tree sentinel, you get a chance to chill. You know what I'm saying? Prep your workspace with tools that make you feel empowered. Snacks, playlists, cozy lighting. So my lighting is, I got a little ring light, whatever, fluke it. But you know what I'm saying? It's there. It's there for that. You know what I'm saying? So back to the save points. So when it goes back to use your save points wisely. Build international breaks into a daily reflect and recharge. So what that means is, right? What that means for me, like when you have any kind of break, not a break that you make for yourself, like if class is in session or whatnot, only if you have to go to the bathroom to legitimately use the restroom or whatnot, or if you're at work or, or if you have a break, take that break to double tap on everything that's going on for you. So by that way, you feel a little bit better about, going back and completing a task or listening to a lecture, taking notes, or whatever you got to do to make sure you succeed in the day. Right. And so equip your loadout. Customize gear before your mission. AKA prep your workspace, like I just said just a minute ago. That was a part of the save points also. Prep your workspace, aka make sure that you're fully prepared for the tasks that's at hand that you know of. AKA, if you a college student, make sure you got books, make sure you got your laptop, make sure you got your pencil, make sure you got your paper. Because it's too many times where students are coming to class with nothing. They just bring themselves, and that's just not enough for you to succeed. And that's just like with going to work or whatever the case may be. Whatever essentials that you need for work, go ahead and use that. Use that. So by that way, you will be, prepared for everything. Prepared for everything. And then the side quest, right? Do short, low stakes tasks like in Ghost of Tsushima. Now, if you play Ghost of Tsushima, or any other story-based game that has more side quests than the main game, Borderlands. If you play Borderlands, because I haven't taken the Borderlands because a lot of people haven't played Ghost, because a lot of people don't have a PlayStation. So we're going to take it to Borderlands. In Borderlands, if you go do this specific side quest, you may get a weapon that is stronger. That is stronger than a lot of the other weapons that you get. Or it might just be a quest weapon that is real strong, but if you finish the quest, you got to give it back. So, that's pretty much up to you on your decision or whatever, right? Reduce overwhelming by completing small wins that restore motivation. That pretty much is a side quest, because if you getting beat down in life or whatnot, so say for instance, right? If you go take like a survey or whatnot, and that survey is pretty much right up your alley, everything you answered was right, you got 100 on that. That's a small achievement within self. So do little tasks that's like small achievements within yourself that will help you, progress in the day. That one achievement might help you progress in that week or whatnot. And going to number 5, sometimes playing co-op mode is very helpful for you. You know what I'm saying? You can play any co-op game. Call of Duty. I don't play Call of Duty at all, so we're not finna talk about that. Gears of War, Mecha Break, even in Elden Ring, you can do that. Elden Ring Night Rain, you can play that or whatnot. Reflect weekly on emotional. Nope, I'm going too fast. Schedule social check-ins to boost connections and reduce isolation. So sometimes it's always best to reach out to people to let them know. Well, with me, in my case, I have a community or whatnot. I have a Discord, and I have friends and family that plays games. So we be either in the Discord, or we be on the party, or we got group chats. My mom likes to put me in several group chats, and make sure you take the time out the day to work out. You got to work that body. Pay rent to your body. But my mom likes to put me in multiple group chats, and that makes me mad sometimes. But at the same time, I know isolation to oneself, when you just being surrounded by 4 walls, you just have your things, your thoughts. Sometimes your thoughts don't be positive. Sometimes your own thoughts will mislead you to some other craziness or whatever the case may be. So, with that being said, my people, it's just pretty much, I am trying to be here to help everyone out. You know what I'm saying? I know, oh, that old dude. And that's another thing that I'm starting to disagree with a lot of people, because, I'm not going to lie, when I was younger, I'd be like that, oh, you know what I'm saying? I used to do that stuff, but now, thinking about it now, it is good that you're getting older, because that means you get to live and you get to see a lot of things, so you can pass your knowledge down to someone else. But at the same time, don't always be so big-headed about yourself that you know everything, that you can't listen to somebody that's younger. All right, moving along. And that comes up with the skill tree journaling. Track progress like unlocking abilities. reflect weekly on emotional growth, habits, or academic wins, level up your self-awareness. So the reason why I put that in there, right? Because everybody has to level up on their emotional growth. Because you don't want to be too emotional and you don't want to be over emotional. You want to like be dead in the middle or whatnot, because both of those could really take you out in a bad way. Not saying be nonchalant, don't care about nothing. No, you got to have an emotional growth balance. And make sure your habits, like, sometimes your habits can reflect on a lot of things that is either positive or negative towards your life. You just have to figure that out on your own. And academic wins, you already know. Once you get that 100, or for me, 80 and up, once you get that 80 and up, you are good. You are leveling up in life, and that's what you want. All right, so fast travel to calm. Use teleportation in open world games. So when you convert that to real life, create a mental safe zone, a playlist sent, or a mantra that instantly calms you. So no matter what is going on in life, you always have a choice. You got free will. You just open your mind up. Only thing you got to do is, instead of reacting harshly or whatnot, just step back. I'm not gonna say count to 10 because I'm not a therapist. I used to always hate when the therapist tell me some stuff like that. Just step back and just be like, you know what? This is not worth it. It depends on what the situation is. Because if it's a horrible situation or whatnot, you know what I'm saying, you may need to just be like, we're going to come back and address this later. Okay? That's how I feel about that. All right, so boss prep. Strategize before a tough boss. Now, I put this off in here because I struggle with this in game and in real life. In game, if you've seen a lot of my gameplay, I think I'm the shiznit, the shiat. I think I'm the shiat, and so I just run up in there and I just try to rely on my gameplay from all the other Souls games and all the other games I play, because I've been playing games for years. And sometimes I get maxed out to where I have to go back and reconsider. Like, okay, wait a minute, something's not working. I'm not doing enough damage, or I'm not dodging right. I might have on too much of this, or whatever. And so now we apply this to real world preparations, right? If you got an exam, study for the exam. Don't wait till the last day to study for the exam and then you be mad with the outcome or whatever the case may be. Do what I do. I know a lot of people can't afford it, but it's a lot of things online that will help you prepare for anything, because we have the age of technology. Preparation, and like I say, rehearsal, everything. Visual success, gather support. If you need some help, get somebody to help you that is willing to help you. And make sure I say that, because you can't get somebody that's going to only part-time want to help you and then want to throw stuff at you, you know what I'm saying, when you actually succeed in anything or whatnot. So the example was exams, but to my working people, if you know that you're going to have a tough situation for you, like if you got a project or it's a certain area you don't want to go to, or a certain things that's at your job, you have to mentally and physically prepare for it. And that's okay. It's okay to do that. You know what I mean? I'd rather do that than go into something unprepared. And they talking about games rot your brain. But if you actually apply gaming habits to real life, I promise you will succeed. That's just like hand-eye contact. Hand-eye contact. You playing the game. You got them buttons memorized. On that controller. Sometimes you might have to look and make sure you're doing the right input, because it's either that controller or that game is lacking that input, but you are doing it because you focus looking and you're playing the game. All right, so moving on. Inventory check. Okay, so this right here, this right here is crazy work because in any game I've played, right, I've always held on to stuff that I feel like I might need. If it does not say sell this to a store or sell this to a merchant, I'm going to keep it. I hoard in games. Now, carrying over to real life type stuff, I kind of don't do that, but I do feel like I bought it or I made it. I'm going to keep it because it's like an emotional contact right there because it's a state of I did this. This is the reason why I keep a lot of stuff that I made or a lot of stuff that I purchased. Just do a daily mental check-in with yourself, you know what I'm saying? And with some of the people that you really care about. And you gotta also look at what are you carrying emotionally. You know what I mean? What are you carrying emotionally that may distract you or interrupt any progress that you have within that time frame? If you can drop it, or you just delegate it to somebody else. You give it to somebody else. Not an issue, but like a workload. Workload is like in games. If you get like on Borderlands, right? If you see a weapon that it's good but it's not for you, you drop it to give it to a friend. So if you got a friend that's willing to help you with any of that, great support. That's the best way to do it. And so lastly, when the game is over, that does not mean it's the end because you have respawn mechanics in most games or whatever, right? Because it says game over. You just might have to start back at a later spot that you didn't save in. Or if you play in Souls games, you're going to be way back because either you didn't get a shortcut or you didn't get another grace point, burn pit, statue, or whatever the case may be. Miracle. You know what I'm saying? So, just normalize setbacks. And that just goes back to that. Normalize setbacks. In every failure, it's a restart with more insight and resilience. And so what I take that as, anytime you mess up, go back, double check, plan, counterattack. Make sure you have plan A, B, and C. If you got to make a D, you probably shouldn't be doing that no way because that's too many plans. One of those plans might be better than A anyway. Just saying. So that's just something to put in your toolbox, man. I appreciate everybody that's coming up in here, and I always remember when you take a pause, you know what I'm saying, reflect on everything, and then you recharge and you boot back up and you go get it. You go get it. And so, with all that being said, I appreciate every one of y'all, and I hope what I've done for you today is a good thing as the background shows me boxing the Night Lord. But anyway, y'all be easy. Until next time, this is Bonthagreat signing out.